أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah Almighty, we have been granted the opportunity to convene our West Coast Jalsa Salana 2022 for this time after a hiatus of 3 years due to the COVID pandemic. And it is my humble privilege to welcome you all to the 35th West Coast Jalsa Salana. Today we are gathered here to partake of the blessings that are so unique to the institution of Jalsa Salana, which was initiated by Promised Messiah ﷺ in December of 1891. We are here to fulfill the purpose and the objectives of Jalsa Salana as stated and expounded by Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ, the Promised Messiah. Hazrat Promised Messiah ﷺ said, the primary purpose of this convention is to enable every sincere individual to personally experience religious benefits. They may enhance their knowledge, and due to their being blessed and enabled by Allah, the Exalted One, their perception of Allah may progress. Among its secondary benefits is that this congregational meeting together will promote mutual introduction among all brothers, and it will strengthen the fraternal ties within this community. In his message to the Jama'at on the occasion of Jalsa Salana of USA 2022, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Khamis Ayyatullah bin Nasr al-Aziz spoke about the fundamental purpose for the holding of this gathering. He stated that it is to acquire the knowledge and spiritual training, and that after returning from Jalsa to impart this guidance to others and strive diligently fulfill the obligations of one's bath. Huzur Aqdas presented the following quotations from the writings of the Hazrat Promised Messiah ﷺ, which explains the importance and the responsibilities of taking the bath. The Promised Messiah ﷺ said, to take bath means handing over your life to Almighty Allah. If each one of us recognize that my person does not know belong to me, I now have to abide by all injunctions of Almighty Allah under all circumstances and have to follow them faithfully and make all acts of mine subservient to the pleasure of Allah. That, in fact, is the summary of the 10 conditions of the bath. He also said, all their efforts should be devoted to spread Islam's blessings throughout the world, so that a pure fountain of the love of Allah and the sympathy for the humanity may flow from every heart, and being combined in one place should look like a flowing river. Almighty Allah desires to manifest His glory and demonstrate His omnipotence through this group, and then He desires to grant it further progress so that the world may be filled with the love of Allah, true repentance, purity, true goodness, peace, reconciliation, and sympathy for mankind. My dear brothers and sisters, from this we should understand that coming together for these 3 days of Jalsa Salana provides us with a unique opportunity to fulfill the conditions of our bath together in unity with each other. We cannot increase our love for Allah and seek repentance through zikr ilahi and istighfar. We can now in purity and goodness by increasing our religious knowledge through listening attentively to all the speeches. We can seek peace, reconciliation through humility, forgiveness, and overlooking the faults of others. We can express our sympathy for mankind by strengthening our bond of brotherhood and greeting each other with the gift of salam. and by showing kindness and hospitality to each other. Hospitality is a mean to develop mutual love as well as to make an impression on others and bring them closer and thus open the ways of tabligh. And most important of all, when we return to our homes after spending 3 days in this manner, we have to spread this knowledge and guidance to others, continue to reform ourselves and our families, and spread the teaching of Islam, Ahmadiyyat, far and wide. The Promised Messiah ﷺ further said, Allah yields rewards to the sincere person at every step of their way, and no labor and hardship undertaken in his way ever goes to waste. I re-emphasize that you must not rank this convention in the same league as other ordinary human assemblies. This is a phenomena that is based purely on divine help for the propagation of Islam. Jalsa Salana has been a special and a sacred institution and an integral part of the Jama'at. It is another means to achieve Sohbat-e Salihin and Tazkiyah Nafs, that self-purification and company of the righteous ones. The Jalsa Salana is a gift of Allah. This Jalsa Salana is a gift of Allah Ta'ala bestowed on us through Hazrat Masih Maud. Before concluding, I would like to remind all my brothers and sisters, guests, and the volunteers to be mindful of the health and the safety rules which have been put in place to ensure everyone's well-being. We all know that the COVID-19 and many other viruses are still very much prevalent. So let us show our love and concern for each other by following the rules and wearing our mask in the proper manner. I will end my notes with the prayer of the Promised Messiah ﷺ for the participants of the Jalsa Salana. Huzur Aqdas writes, may Allah Almighty be with those who undertake the journey solely for the sake of Allah. May He reward them abundantly. May He have mercy on them and relieve them of their troubles, pain, and anxieties. May Allah fulfill their noble desires, and may He raise them on the day of judgment in the company of His servants who have attained His grace and mercy. May He safeguard them throughout their journey. Allah, O ye with abundant grace and bounty, O merciful, accept all these prayers and grant us victory over our opponents with glorious signs. Verily, Thou hast all power and strength. Ameen. Now please join me in silent prayer. Auzubillah. Ameen.